Hi there everyone and welcome to this week's Hollywood Hills show. So as you've seen in the last couple of weeks, we are now barreling headlong, fifth gear, wide open, swinging off the back into November. Why? Because it is the closing stages of all of our championships. This last weekend, we were out there at Farm Jam and we got things wrapped up in a nice tight bow for them, got all the champions crowned, and we are proud to deliver this week's show. This is FJ Finale, the double points round from a brand new venue. Check this out. This was awesome. Here we go, the final round of the Farm Jam Championship in 2023. And as always, the Farm Jam boys take us to a brand new venue to close out the last round of the championship.
SunGiti Lodge, like I said last time, this was one that we actually planned for last year already, and it just didn't happen. This year it came around, and I'm so glad this is our last one for the year. And I think we got a fantastic event for the last one. The venue is amazing. The people that are hosting us here is amazing. They've gone out of their way to help us and set up the track and all of that. So it's fantastic.
Let's go down to the pits and chat to the riders.
Yeah, it's a very cool venue. The start looks good and I like the chilling ice cream. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's pretty sunny. We've walked at like the finish line. The rocks looks pretty lacquer, but we'll see what I'm going to take. If I'm in the lead, obviously the red looks like chilly, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
No, it looks okay. It looks like we're bound for a lekker day of tech. It looks like we're going to have lots of fun and the kids are going to have a love day. The people and the kids are going to love it. So I think it's going to be super sick. I'm super stoked.
It's an amazing venue. I think next year in the pools, both, I think that'll be even for more fun afterwards. But great venue. I think the track looks quite rocky and that there. So yeah, not flat out stuff there. So I mean, nice and technical and yeah, great fun, you know.
No, it looks great. Ons het die vorige keer toe ons hier naby gery het, hier kom slaap toevallig. So ek dink dit gaan taaf wees. Ek dink dit gaan moeilik wees, dis baie klippe. Ons het die een chilly loop gaan loop. Dink ek gaan hom vat die laaste een. Hy lyk okay. Maar meisies is goeie kompetisie. Hierdie meisies kan klippe goed ry. So gaan we net die beste gee ons. Hoopelik maak ek derde klaar. Eens kyk.
It does look quite exciting. I see there's some rocks in the entrance there, so looking forward to a good day.
Yeah, we're super excited for this venue. First time racing here. I saw some of the photos, it looks quite technical, but I think it's going to be a good last round to end of the year.
I must say, it's looking great. I see it's quite moist outside. And the end, there's a mini Earthsburg finish there for us. So I'm super excited about that one. I think it's going to be fun.
This venue looks awesome. I think we're in for some challenging route today. It looks very tight and twisty. But yeah, man, it's so lucky to see it all green and everything after a little bit of rain. So I think we're in for a good one today.
It looks absolutely perfect. It looks, the terrain's nice, not too dusty and everything. I think today's going to be a great day.
This is a brand new venue. It looks really very good. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great day today.
It's absolutely stunning, man. Between this one and Isiala, I don't know which one's better, but this is definitely shaping up to be probably one of the best setups I've seen so far. A good, great way to end the season off. Great. We're going to looking forward to a good party afterwards.
Before the party though, let's chat to our juniors about the championship and the Chilean ice cream splits.
Very interesting, but you just have to be smooth on this tracks, like tight and twisty and rocky. So yeah, it's gonna be tight, but we'll see.
Beck from your side?
I think I just don't need to fall. If I fall, it's going to be a lot of time missing, so just not fall. And yeah, well, obviously you have to see he takes the whole shot and leads the race. So yeah, also it's key to just be in front and make a gap on the first lap to just get it. So yeah,
it's an insane racing series. Ek love it. Ek love die technical deel van dit. Dis nie net maklik en plat die hele tyd nie. Dis 'n bietjie meer van 'n challenge. Ja, dis baie lekker. Ek hou daarvan.
To be honest, I've kind of dodged some of the peri-peri lines or chili lines lately, so I thought, why not today, hey? Let's see how it goes. Can't be that bad.
Yeah, the best girl, not best man, the best girl can win today. So you just stick the two wheels on the ground, just stay safe, and then we see how the end of the day goes.
Yeah, it seems, but we'll see. You never know on race day, so we got to see how the day goes.
You know, I have torn ligaments in my knee, and should I be here, should I be riding, but you know, leading it, but a slim lead. And on double points, you could be out of it completely, or things will change. It's racing, but you know, try and support the class and you know, support the racing.
It's still possible, so we'll push it for today. We'll give it. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to try my best, but we're going to do what the Lord gives us, and we're gonna pace it to His will. So we'll love it, and we can't wait to get on this track. It looks like a super sick track. Thanks to Leon and Ron for marking all of the stuff. Super sick. Thanks a lot for my team. It's super. They've been supporting all the way with the services and the support mentally and physically. The pit crews especially, they're super quick. I love it. I love this team. You guys must. Thanks for giving all the support and help, and it's been an amazing year. Thanks for this race.
So for the final time of asking, let's bring him to the line. Morning session kicked off with our vintage riders. Just 3 riders at the final time of asking going out of the gate, with Big Gary Whitehouse trying to nail down a championship. It was Stubby that got the pull on the gate pull-off. Steven van der Heever and Mitch Vellen will be the riders to watch out for on the 85cc Pros. They would also be going out onto the big loop. And for the ladies, once again, some good numbers on the page. The Green Cats looking for the perfect season, but watch out for local girl Doria. Then back onto the line for the juniors to go out there onto the short loop. William Skipper's always strong on the pull-off. Werner Kleinens would be there, and Rickers van der Merwe chasing out into the brand new terrain. 65cc Pro Gate, a rare non-hole shot for JL, but a big problem for Declan getting jammed up in turn number 1. Then onto the 65cc juniors, where Wilco de Floyd is the main dude on the gate. He'd be watching to see if he could get it done. Looked like Powell got the whole shot that time out. And on the 50cc juniors in his first season of racing, Ian van Rensburg pulled the whole shot, and he would be out there in clear air trying to catch up to the back wheel of some of the 65cc Pro riders. Let's chat to Leon about the junior loop, and then we'll go out and climb the ladder.
Yeah, the juniors, we've got a 10k loop. We definitely slowed it down a bit for the juniors. They got some open stuff as well that they're going to ride. They got some rocky sections that they can ride. It's nice and flowy, rocky, round these rocky sections, so nothing that they would get stuck on. Again, at the end of the day, it's trying to teach the juniors the skills for the future. So I think we've got a lacquer loop for them. I think they're going to enjoy it.
SunGiti, let's go out there onto the loop then, where we start picking up the pieces. 50cc juniors, Arizona Danielle, just 1 lap raced and counted. Looked like she had problems towards the end of the racing loop. The push and chase marshals out there getting her home on 1 lap. An unfortunate end to her championship campaign. Janu Potkeda getting looked after. Good chaperone work going on out there. Just 1 lap off the lead lap, but in his first full championship of racing. That's a good run. Ian van Rensburg, 1 or 2 small mistakes out there on the slippery rocks, but a rider who is on the up and up, starting to nail down his championships towards the end of the season. Van Rensburg for SPR Racing gets it done with another big number 1, and the only rider on the 50cc's to complete 5 laps on the racing count. 65cc juniors, as always, giving us some really good numbers on the entry list. Julian van der Berg got it up there onto a number 5 on the racing lap count. The cool thing was at SunGiti, they really got a chance to test their mettle for some of these riders. The first time out there in some of the smoother rocks and the river crossings. The cool thing was, though, we had a lot of pickup marshals out there making sure alles was mooi the whole way through the day. The juniors benefited from certainly not cool weather conditions, but cooler than it started to become in the afternoon, where the temperatures soared into the mid-30s. Alonso Ashadina was on a lap 5 count as well, as he rocked his way into a number 5 finish. Wilco Deploy, who's the main dude on this gate, had some problems on the day. Dropping down to only a 5-lap count, that meant he was 1 lap down on the lead lap. He had some problems late on in the day, clearly dropping him down to a number 4. Gustav van Kirk, we've watched this kid develop quite nicely throughout the championship campaign in 2023. One of the bigger dudes on the gate. He'll be moving up into either 65cc pros or onto the 85s for next year. Right now, 3rd place. We'll give him a nice finish to the season. Powell got a good pull off the gate with a nice hole shot and eventually only lost 1 position on the day. 2nd place and losing out on the final win of the season by a skinny 4 minutes on the countdown. Powell, though, is definitely a one rider to watch out for, as he'll no doubt be moving up into the Pro 65 category for next year as well. Zack Attack Stubbs has got a little bit taller towards the second half of the season, and as he's got taller, the speed has definitely come up. Zack Stubbs on the 96 takes the final win of the season in the 65cc juniors. Confirmed that he will be a big threat next year. 65cc pros Declan Richards jammed up on the hole shot, and then problems throughout the day trying to make up time and make mistakes. Eventually problems on his machine dropping him down to a number 6, one of his lowest finishes on the season. So Declan, some work to do in the off season. Jean-Luc van der Westhuizen, we were talking about the Chilean ice cream split, and this shows it exactly. Milan goes for the hotline, Jean-Luc around the outside, and they were pretty much evenly matched. Jean-Luc eventually finishing in 5th place. A broken fork guard jamming up his front wheel, and then a ton of crashes whilst he was trying to chase himself back into position, dropping him down to a number 5 spot. Unfortunately, 5th place not good enough to keep him in the championship points lead. Flo Lombard benefited from the problems of Van der Westhuizen and Richards to move himself up into 4th place on the day, one of his highest finishes of the 2023 campaign. 6 laps on the count, so not staying on the lead lap, but not far off. Andre Schippers did stay on the lead lap with a race time of just under 2 hours. And the 1:25, race number 1:25 that is, of Schippers, will be happy with that 3rd place ride. Certainly finding a track to his liking. Ruvan de Beer has been coming on nice and strong in the second half of the tour as well. We often see this with our smaller junior categories. They just gel with their bikes, and as they get a little bit taller and stronger, the results just come organically. 2nd place, and only 3 minutes off the win come the end of play. Derek Milan coming back into the season and firing on all cylinders once again. Good to see him running strong numbers, having a nice dice with Van der Westhuizen at the beginning of the day, and then after the problems for JL, Derek Milan had it all his own way, and he chopped through the field to dominate the race. Moving out onto the fastest dudes on the junior loop, the 85cc juniors, where once again we had big numbers on the page. Ben van Schalkwijk rocked it all the way to a number 6 finish. That keeps his name high on the championship point scoring list. And he stayed on the lead lap, 7 laps scored and counted. What's always great to see is how close the times are between the riders on the page. Only a minute and a half separating between 4th, 5th and 6th place. 5th place this time around was Hannes de Beer. He got a good run of form going, and he was right there with the leaders until the gaps and the refueling strategy started to come into play. Liam Schippers, who pulled an incredible hole shot, but just could not hold the pace in some of the tech zones, one of the areas that he'll be working on in the off-season, so he can become a more rounded rider. High-speed, flat-out stuff is what he's all about. Very similar to Drickers van der Merwe, those two riders equally matched across many of the tours that they race on the 2023 championship. Van der Merwe just a little bit faster this time around than Skeepers, moving himself up onto the box, taking the third place, putting Skeepers down by around about 3 minutes. Trompie van der Heever was in great form. In fact, looked like he was going to be able to walk away with the win at the final round, but there was one rider better than him on the day. That was Werner Kleinhams. Kleinhams came into this one with a very solid game plan. He was going to keep it nice and smooth until the very end, and then drop the hammer and hit all of the tech zones to stretch his advantage. Kleinhams eventually walking away with a win of just over 2 minutes to put Van der Heever down to the number 2 spot. Kleinhams has come on super strong at the end of the season. 1 or 2 small mistakes, but he definitely had the pace at the end.
It's a very nice track. It has a few rocks. It's very rocky. Like on some of the sections, you have to stand because otherwise you would be over the bars. It's constantly go. So it was a lucky track, and the guys that were the fittest would have won because it's a track that tires you out quickly. No, what happened was the chili and the ice cream, so I am worried I would get stuck. So I took the ice cream for the first 3 laps, and the 4th laps when I passed the second guy, Chompies. Then there was a 65 on the ice cream, and I knew if I take the ice cream, the Chompies would have just come over and finish before me. So what I did, I just take the chili and everything was fine.
The track was nice. It had a lot of rocks and it has a lot of bumps. That was fun. It was a little hard, but not that much.
Let's confirm the junior results then. Werner Kleinhams gets the big win and the fastest lap time of the morning session ahead of Van der Heever and Van der Merwe, with Skeepers down there in the number 4. That was for our 85cc juniors. 65cc pros also doing some eye-wateringly fast lap times. Derek Milan getting the win and the championship along with it as well, beating out on the day ahead of De Beer, Skeepers, Lombard, Van der Vesthuizen and Richards. Into the 65cc juniors, Zack Attack Stubbs gets the big win at the final time of asking, beating out on Powell and Vannie Kirk. For our junior 65s. 50cc's, all about the Van Rensburg show. Ian getting the job done and nailing down the championship, putting time into Potgieter and Daniel. That was the junior loop. Let's focus on the big loop now. Let's chat to Leon.
In the morning session, we got the Vintage Oaks, the ladies and the Pro 85s. That's out on the big loop. Exactly where the juniors split off at Marshall Point 1, their fun starts. And they got a 10k loop from there to back into where the juniors carry on. So their loop is single track, Jeep tracks, in the mountains, out the mountains. I think they've got a lacquer loop. Again, something different every time. It's not the same as Artis, it's not the same as Isiala, and we're trying to mix it up. So I think they're going to enjoy that one.
Let's head out onto the big loop where we pick up on our ladies. Anne-Marie Goos going out there, completing 2 laps of the event. Tight, technical, with a little bit of flow, a little bit of relaxation every now and again, but it was hard and tough on the big loop for our ladies. Cool thing, like Leon says, trying to just spread it out and give the ladies a taste of every facet of riding so they become better riders going forward into next year. So Goos down to number 6, Betsy Norman, we chatted to her in the morning session. So cool, very relaxed in her approach to her riding, taking the number 5 ride with Darryl Prius. She'll have been expecting a slightly higher result this time around. She is a pro rock hopper, but just couldn't hang on to the pace of the top 3 ladies. Prius though, a strong bet for the championship for next year for sure. Zaria Farid getting loose on the Yami. She knows this terrain like the back of her hand. She wouldn't have practiced this track, but she knows the area, she knows the rocks and how to get the setup going. And 3rd place will give her some good numbers on the page as well. She's really developed into a classy rider this year. 2nd place, Lindy Buerta. She definitely went out all attack this time around. Wonderful flow riding style for her. Putting lots of time into the rest of the ladies, but losing quite a lot of time to the lady that would be crowned queen once again. But Buerta, she's going to bring some fight forward for the 2024 championship. Catherine Mostert gave herself an extra challenge this time out, normally on the smoker, going out onto the 350 4-stroke, so much heavier machine, and getting some seat time as she prepares for her attack on the roof of Africa in 2023. Queen Cat got the job done. The Golden Championship. Every single win at every single round, and yet another big number 1 plate. On the vintage, just 3 riders going out there. Steven Katsevis on the old WR250, only completing 1 lap of racing before he bowed out on lap number 2. Stubby was there in the early stages, just couldn't hang onto the back wheel of Whitehouse. Ali Stubbs though, cool to see him rocking out there as always on his KTM 250. 1993 version of the machine, and it looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. For Big Gary, yeah, he's had some injury issues, but he is the main man behind the vintage push, trying to get all the dudes out there. We'd love to see more of the vintage bikes out. If you reckon you can go faster than Gary, it's quite simple. Come bring your old wagon, line up, put your elbows up, and go out and rip the bars off. Gary takes another win and the championship. For the 85cc pros, they were also out there on the big loop, and they ran some very fast lap times. Even though the track looked like it was super tech, it wasn't that bad, to be honest. The guys did a fantastic job of laying out a flow track. Yeah, it was bumpy, but it was absolutely gorgeous riding. Luis Katsevis with the number 6, and Ruan Roth coming back into farm jamming, showing that he is an all-round rider once again with a 5th place ride. Chief Hutting gets the job done into a number 4 ride, losing out by around about 20 minutes to the eventual 3rd place finisher, Whitehouse. Chief Hutting looked very comfortable on the rocks out there, just needs to work on picking up the pace a little bit. Oliver Whitehouse tucked the front every now and again. Sometimes those rocks had a little bit of roost or a little bit of water on them. The guys were a little bit keen on dropping the hammer on the throttle. Whitehouse in 3rd. Mitch Fallon, who dominated the proceedings just over a month ago out at Hare Beersport, has to settle for 2nd place this time out. Vans Racing, Husqvarna rider, looking to move up to the 1-5 gate for next year. Fallon had to take the back seat to Stian van der Heever. Van der Heever has really made a name for himself at the Farm Jam Harescramble Championship Racing Tour in 2023. The kid is custom made for this terrain and smashes the big win.
I was like thick and fast up. It was a mixy track, but I really liked it. The chilies was very lekker. The first one I won. The second one I have a little trouble with my bike and stuff, but I ended first on the championship also now, and I came first today. Yeah, PC Racing. Paul van Niekerk sponsoring me this bike. Yeah.
It was an awesome loop. Really, it was in your face all the time. Obviously, leaving first is challenging. We got to find the lines and that there. Alistair got a gap, and it was so I had something to chase, and fantastic loop, and it was great. It was all the way to the end, and didn't know where we were till the end, and we got into the pits, and walked off with the first. So I took it for the year. It's all great and happiness.
So let's go through our shopping list then. Van der Heever dominates proceedings in the 85cc pros, beating out on Fallon, Whitehouse, Hutting, Roth and Katsevis. Remember, those kids were on the small bikes out on the big loop. For the vintage riders, just 3 come the end of play, with Whitehouse being the best of them. Stubby in the number 2 spot, and Katsevis buying out after 1 lap of racing, but still getting a 3rd place. For the ladies, it's Queen Cat once again. 4, and Cat Engineering gets it done. Perfect season and another crown on her head, beating out on Buerta, Fari and Prius. With the morning session done, it is now time to get serious for the big bike categories in the afternoon. We chatted to Leon about the double point situation, and then we went into the pits to see how nervous the boys and girls really were.
I actually started looking at like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Oak that's in 6th and 7th place still got his chance today. If anybody else fails on the day, or DNFs or whatever, anything can happen. And it gives that Oak in 5th place that had a bad race in the beginning of the year a chance now to make up. So today is all about consistency. You have to finish this race to get that double point. It's just a way to get the guys to come back for the final round, and I think it worked.
Yeah, this year was been tough. After 5 months not racing, so after my back operation, I said to myself, I must win this one. It must be 1st place. And going to try to give it their first place today.
Yeah, today it's going to be difficult. It's difficult to say what they're going to turn around, but hope for the best. But we will see how the day goes.
Yeah, okay, it's quite tight, I must say. I'm leading with 6 points, and like you said, it's double points, so it's crucial to do well. I'm looking for the win today. That'll be the best option for me, and then yeah, if we win the championship, it's going to be great.
Yeah, no, this one you're going to have to stay out in front of all of the guys behind you because, as you say, double points, you lose one place. Yeah, there's big opportunities for guys to make big steps up. So yeah, today is one of the days where you really have to be smart, make good decisions. You have to finish right at the top. Otherwise, to maintain a championship lead or to at least win the championship today, it's going to be the guys that are going to make the least amount of mistakes and obviously get through this track the fastest.
Yeah, no, Leon and his team have put amazing venues together for us, amazing events, and it's just something different to ride every single time, you know. You don't know what's ahead of you there, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I reckon we're in for a good treat today. For sure. It's all tight in front there. Obviously, I didn't do the first farm jam due to other commitments, so I'm a little bit behind on points. But, you know, third now, we can pull it still. Anything can happen. You know, we say it's race day, let's go race, and then we see at the end of the day what's happening.
With everyone counting the points to see what they had to do, it was nerves jangling on the start line. S1 Pros was going to be an interesting one. New dudes, old dudes, but with no Josh Johnson. It was up to Ruan Smith to simply stay out of trouble and bring home another big number 1 place. Didn't get the whole shot, didn't have to either. S2 Pros, interesting situation. The Devastator was back. Devin Smith on the factory Vans Racing Husqvarna, but was the fitness going to be there? Vesta was going to be strong on the S3 Pros, didn't get the whole shot. He was going to have to just be clever about how to make those passes. For the seniors, Kochi was out there to nail down another championship, but there were some big swingers out there with their elbows up, nice and early as well. For the Masters Gate, always the big war. Kirky versus Farmer versus Andre Mostert, who's looking tasty on his new 350cc, but as always, Kirky and Farmer ran off front. The amateur class, GG, that's Graham Krief, was back, but off the gas and onto a KTM. Would that take him to the front once again, as it always has? Chris Language in the S2 Amateurs, very strong off the gate. He was going to be an interesting rider to watch out for. Probably climb up the ladder into the pro category riders. S3s, Andre Mostert, Matt Battersby and Jerome Stubbs were out there to nail down the championship. That was a nail bite in class. While the rest of the gates lined up, we chatted to Leon about the afternoon loop.
Look, I think the heat this afternoon is going to catch some of the guys. It's going to be hot. The loop's going to be opened up by the ladies in the Pro 85s and the vintage oaks. And I think the oaks are going to have a blast. There's some nice river crossings out there. So with the heat, I'm sure I'm going to find some guys just laying down and just cooling off a bit. And as long as they enjoy it, we're going to have a party. Yeah, look, we always try and bring something to the spectators as well, moms and dads in the pits, just to see what it's all about. This time around, the start area is a bit boring in a farm jam sort of way. So the finish line we made nice and spectator friendly. So the guys are going to come out here, and I'm sure we'll get some good pictures out of this rocky section. We did make it so that there's a chili and an ice cream. So the guys will have the opportunity to make a decision. I hope some of the guys, I'll tell them at Riders Briefing, will take 1 lap on a chili at least, try it out and see how their skills is up through the year.
Start line is clear. Let's head out. Climb the ladder with our S3 novice category, where Ruan Opperman was on a 3-lap racing counter. Heat went through the roof in the afternoon. In fact, having to cut the race 1 lap short, even though there was a little bit of air conditioning every time the guys went through the river. But when you were out of the river, up onto the highlands of the rocks, woo, 35 degrees, ain't messing around. Opperman was down there in number 6. Alicio De Sena with a number 5, and Ian Minoff rocked it up to a number 4. Sean Katzevis, the Katzevis family, big supporters of the FJ Tour for all these years. Good enough for a 3 spot on the day for Sean, with Johan Munich taking one of his best rides up to a number 2. Crazy, and we love it when different riders climb the ladder at different terrains, different venues. Munich enjoyed his time on the bars, but Bruno Niebuhr, who is historically a junior rider and starting to find his feet on the big bikes, this was the first time he swung a leg on a big wheel. Bruno Niebuhr for Rubine Racing, the J500, takes his first big bike win to show. what's coming for next season. The S2 Novice Gate, Armand Venter, 3 laps counted and scored, and a race time of 2 hours 41 for him, taking into a number 6 finish at one of the tough venues on the tour. Willie Labuskakny also on 3 laps counted, putting around about 25 minutes into Venter, climbed his ladder up to a number 5, with Shane Cilliers up into a big point scoring haul. 4th place ride for him, finishing just outside of the 2 hour marker, 2 hours 7 counted. FC Swart, 3rd place, looking very comfortable, taking a rock solid podium placing. 3rd place for one of the smaller riders out there. And then Neil Olofse, who was battling in the number 2 spot for the championship at the second half of the season. 2nd place this time around, cements that finish for the SVR rider, but he could not match the pace of Tristan Borchers, not just at this venue, but throughout the season. Borchers takes another strong finish. We'll be seeing this guy moving up into the pro categories for next year based on his lap times, and he takes yet another win to wrap up his championship. S1 Novice, Helgard Rubenheimer climbs the ladder into a number 6. 3 laps scored and counted, and a race time of 2 hours 14 for him. Just up the road, and just up the road by a minute as well, is Franco Barnard taking a squeaky top number 5. Janis Labuskakny on the JL14, 2 hours 11 minutes in the saddle. Seat time is what it's all about. 4th place. He'll be chuffed to finish on a high like that. Chad Eckhout was in a huge dice with Monos, Dixon and Johan Korf in the early stages. Eckhout eventually dropping down to a 3rd place, but not too far off the bubble. Only lost out on the 2 spot by less than 2 minutes to this rider, Johan Korf. Korf looked very comfortable in the rocks, so obviously got the sweet spot set up going on his machine. And then Suns Out Guns Out was there once again. No sleeves and no gloves, working on his Belito tan for Christmas. Monos Dixon takes another emphatic win. If you guys want to know what to buy him for Christmas, please someone get this guy some gloves. But he doesn't need any speed, he's got that in spades.
A lot of rocks. First part fast, then it goes twisty and up and down. It was tough, really tough. The hardest farm jam I've ridden before. It's heavier and it makes you faster tired. Farm jam is only for me practice for the nationals, and for my brother he's ready for championship. The team is great. They are always there for you, help you. It's fun to be in Ruben racing.
Let's confirm the results from the novice gates then. Dixon, gloveless and fast at the top, beating out on Korf, Eckhout, Labuskakny, Barnard and Rubenheimer. That was for the big bangers. And then in the S2 novice, Tristan Borchers, an almost perfect season for him as he beat out on Olofse once again. Swart, Cilliers, Labuskakny and Venter to a number 6. And in the S3 novice, the smaller machines, Bruno Niebuhr. Great to see what this kid can do. He's taken wins on all the junior gates. He moves up to seniors next year, this time beating out on Munich and Katsibus. We move up then into our amateur categories, where the pace was getting a little bit faster and the championships were a little bit tighter, especially on the S3 amateur gate. Hansi van der Berg was up there into a number 6 with Luke Riley this season. First time out on the FJs, one of the old Peps and Plastics machines. Starting to figure out how to get the best out of himself and his machine. 5th place, he'll be happy with that. Warwick Zeeman, wild, loose and aggressive as always, but good enough to dance his way through to a 4th place. Henry Mostert, who was in a shout for the championship, but 3rd place this time around, dropped him down to 2nd place on the championship hunt. He'll be licking his wounds from that one. Andrew, very much a development rider this year, starting to look for championships for next year for sure. He came in, dicing it out with Battersby, but around about halfway marker, Battersby started to grow his advantage. 2nd place, we'll see him climb up the ladder and take the championship. But Jerome Stubbs took the final win, and he took the second half of the tour as well. Missed out the early part of the championship, but was the fastest rider by 4 minutes at the final round of the championship. That moved him up in the championship standings as well. S2 amateurs, these guys are predominantly out there on the slightly bigger machines. Johannes Grobler into a number 6 with Ben Vessels up to 5, and Gav Young still working on his technical riding, more of a flat-out high-speed swinging off the back superstar riding out of Bikers Warehouse on the Husky. 4th place, he'll be pretty happy with that one. Course language, so good and always pulls the big hole shot off the gate, just couldn't hang with the pace of the dudes who had their elbows high up the road. Language into a number 3 spot, chasing onto the back wheel of Matty Reynolds. Reynolds was absolutely flying here. You really just had to have a nice setup on your bike, nice, loose, relaxed style of riding. There wasn't much time to rest, so you had to have the sweet spot going on your suspension for sure. And your tires was key out here at SunGiti. Reynolds with a number 2 spot, but as always, and once again, we say the name of Tristan Bontekonen out front. Bontekonen has really made a name for himself on the amateur gates, and his pace shows that he can run with the pros. So we're going to see Bontekonen moving up onto the pro gates into the 2024 championship. He put almost 10 minutes into his closest rival here at the final round of the FJs. Into the S1 amateurs, Big Ben was back on the bike once again. Ben 10 getting it done with a number 6 ride. He'll be stoked on that. Ben in and out of the championship, and just cool to see him finding the groove once again on his Husky. Graham Trembling, who's up there running high numbers on the South African Trials National Championship Tour. These rocks were absolutely nothing for him, and he climbed up to a number 5 ride. Dylan Pretorius, nice and aggressive, nice and fast, strong rider. 4th place for him, stayed on the lead lap of 4 laps scored and counted, and was only 3.5 minutes off a 3rd place finish. Matt Battersby, he'd have been expecting to run a little bit higher than this. He's made a big name for himself on some of the more technical rides, but this time around the pace was gnarly as everyone was out there absolutely penning it. Battersby taking a number 3 ride with Hendrik Krobler into a number 2. Krobler was so fast out of the gate in the morning, he just did not seem to take any fade, even as the heat went up. It looked like he was just getting faster and more comfortable. In fact, at the end of the day, only losing out on the win by less than a minute to GG. Graham Kroof puts down the gas, picks up the KTM. Same old results though. GG on top. 2 hours and 6 minutes in the saddle. And a big win at the end of the season. If he races the whole tour next year, man, the dudes are in trouble. Let's confirm the amateur results there in the S1 AMs. GG gets it done over Krobler and Battersby, with Pretorius and Trembling getting it into a top 5. Welcome back to the gate to Big Ben. The S2 amateurs, Bontekonen takes it ahead of Reynolds, put some big time into the rest of the field as well. Course Language, Young, Vessels and Krobler take us to the Magic 6. And in the S3 amateurs, Stubby takes the final win and upsets the apple cart in the championship chase. Battersby, number 2 spot, gives him the title, and Mostert very close in a number 3 spot. We continue our climb up the ladder into our age group category riders. Andre Mostert was there developing a new 350cc machine, the bike that's going to take him to a finish at the Roof of Africa in just over a few weeks' time. 6th place, nice seat time for him. Otto Holaker, who likes it a little bit more slow and a little bit more tech, was just ahead of him, literally by around about 10 seconds. Holaker taking a number 5 ride, with Marcus Petersen a little bit further up the road as well, around about 6 minutes. To a 4th place for Marcus Petersen. That was 6, 5 and 4, but the guys that ran 1, 2 and 3 were stretching their legs big time. Kirky knew what he had to do, just keep his nose clean. 3rd place on the day would wrap up his championship challenge, so Kirky was in the sweet spot there. Up the road from him was a 2-horse battle. Farmer thought he had it wrapped up, but Jasper Lublenkopf, old Dolph Lundgren himself, was back and pushing on. The Zambian rider likes it tough, likes it in your face, and will never, ever give up. Farmer thought he had it wrapped up. And if he looked over his shoulder just before the finish line, he'll have been sweating bullets. Farmer got the win, but only just. Lublenkopf was right on him at the flag. For the seniors, Theo van Strip got it done into a number 6 ride. A long day in the saddle, 2 hours 36, sweating out there in the dust and the rocks of SunGiti. Andries Oosthuizen, good enough for a number 5 ride, taking around about 3.5 minutes out of Van Strip. But he was around about 6 minutes off Fergal McAdam up the road in a number 4. McAdam looked nice and comfortable, and as with all the gates at Farm Jam, you've got to get that cheese, you've got to get the whole shot and run with the big dogs coming out of the send-out queue. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in traffic or stuck in the dust. Manny Ferreira got the job done as well, 3rd place, but he was almost 9 minutes off the back wheel of the top 2. The seniors were dominated by 2 ultra-fast riders. Ferreira stood next to them, but he's going to have to find some speed to run with these dogs. Marco Cocci knew what he had to do on the day in the championship challenge. It was between Hannes Simon and Cocci, and no show for Simon meant that Cocci could just go out there, pretty much finish the race. But as always, the bullet that is Cocci on the Shimwell's Factory Racing Yamaha wants to go out there and get the win. Couldn't get it done this time, losing out by just under 2 minutes to DJ Milan. The Middleburg Massive out there loves this kind of terrain, seems to have come back into his fighting fit form that we know that he can run, and Milan takes the final victory. But it was Cocci that walked away with the big number 1 plate with his solid second place ride. But good riding coming in for Milan.
Thanks. Yeah, look, it was a demanding track. It's not an easy track. Fitness definitely, I couldn't have done another lap. But the track was nice, nicely marked, very demanding, like I said. But otherwise, well done to Leon and them. It was a nice track, good track. Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, we didn't do the first one, but thereafter we did all of them, and I must say, all of them. It's always it's a good fun day, family day. Always a nice one. We'll see next year. Yeah, I hope so, but we'll see how things turn out.
Dude, what a day. That was hectic out there. You know, from the start, Sean got the whole shot out of there. By the time we hit the 4th corner, I was like, come, I need to go now. The Oaks are coming down. So yeah, put the hammer down, got past him and pulled a nice gap on the first lap. Got very technical second, third lap. And when I came in on the 3rd lap, they said Jasper was about a minute behind me or something like that. And the last lap, on the 4th lap, it was quite hectic with all the back markers. So you got stuck in bottlenecks. But 2 seconds is 2 seconds. You know, it's he who crosses the finish line first to get the checkered flag takes the win. But we had to dig deep today. It was so hot out there. And it was rough. It was really, really rough. No, it's awesome. You know, anybody that wants to come and ride, doesn't matter if you can do tech, you can't do tech. It's so cool out there. Everyone's enjoying it. And I mean, you get your first time as they come out. It might be a bit tough for them. But the thing is, come out, do it, and have fun. That's what my whole team is all about. Just having fun, getting to the finish, and we enjoying the next day. Yeah, man, it's really, really good. We put a lot of effort and work into it, and everybody that supports us every single year, it is really, really, really good. Bikers, Kerry and Mike Pusey, they're just awesome towards me and the team, and we get a lot of stuff done. It's a lot of hard work. Being the team principal, it puts a lot on me. But as long as we're riding, having fun at this age, also, it's so cool. It really, really is cool. But yeah, if it wasn't for the sponsors that back us every year, we couldn't come do this every year in and out. It's really a big hats off to the guys.
Let's confirm our age group categories then. DJ Milan gets the final victory of the season, but second place for Cocci on the day gives him the championship. On the day, he was ahead of Ferreira, McAdam, Oosthuizen and Van Strip. Wayne Farmer, similar situation there, takes the final win but loses out on the championship. Liblinkov, very close to taking his first Farm Jam win in the number 2 spot, and 3rd place for Kirky gives him the cheese and the number 1. Nowhere else to go now but our final 3 categories, the pros. Jakob Mo gets it done on one of the old Suzukis. Check that thing. No protection, no handguards, but doesn't matter, man. Bring the bikes, you can go riding and have a great time out at Farm Jam. Mo, 2 laps scored and counted, out there for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Mitch Fellon, after a number 2 spot in the morning session, goes out and takes a number 5 spot in the afternoon. This guy is on the up and up. Watch for this kid's name. He's going to be a roof and MP hard enduro superstar very soon. JP Louis gets it done into a number 4 spot, taking one of the old 4-stroke Yammies up the road into a podium position, just off the back wheel of Raymond Language. Language has been an interesting rider this year, doing a lot of tech riding, high-speed riding, and motocross as well. Him and Mostert are out there at the motocross track almost every single weekend, burning the laps. 3rd place shows, but the fitness is definitely there. David Clark was smashing his way to a number 2 spot on the day. Nice and comfortable. Just over 2 hours in the saddle on the J738. Having a great time at SunGiti. Final round of the Farm Jam Harescramble Championship in 2023. Gilbert Bester, absolutely mint. Was trying to look for the overall on the day. Couldn't actually find his way through. But Bester is a rock and roll rider. Loves every single style of track out there. He'll be happy to smash another win in category to climb the ladder. In our S2 Pros, we had a couple of ladies doing some double duty. Vonda Mo working on her seat time, getting it done into a number 6 ride. 2 laps scored and counted for her. 2 laps scored and counted also for Catherine Mostert as she racks up some seat time after wrapping up the ladies' gate in the morning and the title for her perfect season. She gets a number 5 finish on the men's pro gate. Her and Van der Moe showing what the girls can do. First of the men riders up there into a number 4 spot then. Verries, Vernon Nordier getting the job done. Starting to concentrate more on his technical riding. 4th place, he'll be happy with that. Devastator, Devon Smith on the Factory Vans Racing Husqvarna on the 106. Lightning fast and crazy scary to watch as always, but the fitness has taken a hit with being off the bike for 5 months. 3rd place though still shows that he's got what it takes, but he did lose out the championship unfortunately to Jean Neerbuur for Rubine Racing. Neerbuur has been rock solid all year long, and for Rubine Racing starts to rack up a ton of their championships in the season. On the day though, Hanru van der Sant, the rangy rider on the H777, got the job done, putting just over a minute into Neerbuur come the end of play, and stands on the top step for the final time of asking in 2023. But for Neerbuur, with all smiles, 2nd place was good enough. And then up the ladder onto the S1 Pros. JJ Oosthuizen came firing out of the gate to put his name into the hat. 4 laps scored and counted. Remember, these guys went out there, they had a clear track in the afternoon until they got into the lappers. Oosthuizen would have been happy with the number 6 ride. Calvin Tuniz up the road into a number 5. 2 hours 25 on the scorecard for him, and 4 laps scored and counted. Wolfie was there. Wolfgang Horlacher doing a good job of work into a number 4 ride. Again, himself and Otto know what's what when it comes to tech and rock riding. Franco Marais would have surprised himself with one of his best rides and results of the season, getting a number 3 ride and standing on the box at the end of the season. And he wasn't too far off the pace of the top 2 pinners out front. Remember, coming into this round, Rowan Smith had a slender points lead, and he just needed to bring it home to the finish. 2nd place, he'll have been happy with that, as he goes 1 for 1, backing up his championship that he now done last year as well. But some new blood came rocking in at Farm Jam. Certainly some new blood on new equipment. Stepping off the Honda late in the season, John Buerter picking up a ride with Bikers Warehouse on the Husky. First time on 300 Smoker. John Buerter climbed the ladder all the way to the top, putting just over a minute into Smitty to take the final win of the season and show what's on the cards for next year.
Yeah, I got snide on the start, but yeah, track was fun. Struggled to get into a rhythm. Cramps were many, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Yeah, I got the chance to ride the 300 today, and yeah, thank you to Bikers Warehouse, and it was a joy. Awesome bike. Yeah, I've been to most of the farm jams, but yeah, this is my first one in a while. Yeah, the setup is cool. Lots of lekker people here. Good, well organized, and yeah, I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna do plenty of races next year, so you'll see me there.
Look, this terrain looks, you can say, delightful, but outside, yeah, it was fantastic. Here and there was nice spots, but yes, the rocks up and down, and it's bumpy the whole way. It was a 4-arm killer, this race. The first lap went great, then I made just a little mistake, went down very hard, but yeah, I managed to stand up and finish the race. Yeah, this is just to show up and finish the race. It's end of the year, and sometimes it happens like today. It went to my way, and I was managed to get the championship. Yes. You wouldn't be able without this team. Yeah, to get to the places and everything, and the pit crew behind everything. If you have problems, and everything, they do their best, and refilling as well. It's super quick and everything, and you always get your stuff to drink when you enter the pit and everything. So yeah, they're always on their mark. This pit crew is. They are fantastic. Yeah, we're planning next year and everything, but we're not sure which races we're going to ride. But yeah, we'll definitely keep on racing next year. Yes.
It was very flowing. A lot of rocks. Kind of enjoyed it. Don't know why, but it was fun. I come here because I started here, so it's nice practice for me, and it's just good to get into racing again, like pre-season and something. Yeah, thanks for my family, Berm, Husqvarna, BLP Construction, and everyone behind me.
And as was the case last year, the fastest couple out there on 2 wheels are King and Queen of Farm Jam once again.
Yes, it was in your face the whole time. At the start, I didn't have the best of starts. was third out of the gate. I think on the fourth turn, I passed the guy in second place, and second place most of the day. On lap 2, 3, John Botha passed me on one rocky section. I was struggling, I made a mistake there, and after that just took it easy, and I passed the guy who was in front, and just running behind John Botha most of the time. He's actually fast in the Enduros. He's a Gxcc rider, and we didn't make any mistakes, did 4 laps. It was fun. This last section here, Romaniacs or whatever you call it, it's quite nice, I must say.
Yeah, so started off early. It was very, very hot, so I knew the heat was going to catch us. I got a very good start. Not the best. I nearly got took out by one of the ladies, but I think I then took the whole shot, and I just kept it there the whole day. Battled with the 350 a little bit in the rocky sections, but I really enjoyed it. The afternoon I decided to race S2 Pro just to challenge myself a bit with the guys, and I think I came 5th there, so yeah, it was a very good day all in all.
It's an amazing experience doing what you love with your partner in crime, so I must say it's a blessing. It's actually
yeah,
nice.
We're very blessed to be able to do this together and to get such a good achievement. It's very good, yeah.
It's definitely a beautiful event. It's a family orientated. You see the whole family is here, everyone's supporting each other. So I absolutely love it. I'll definitely see Farm Jam again. Thank you to Leon and Melissa and the team. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back, and everyone must come and join. It's a very nice family sport, and it tests your ability to ride, because it's not just flat out, it's rocky sections, so it's really a nice all-rounder race for everyone to do.
First of all, a big thanks to ANCAT Engineering, Andre and Marina, for helping us get here. Without them, we would have been standing here at all. To Mark Henderson, Dunlop, Sycra, EVS, Just One, and all the other beautiful sponsors helping us getting here, and even my dad. Thank you.
Yeah, well, same. ANCAT's the best sponsor. Henderson is helping us to look very good in our kit. And just all the family, friends that came here to support us. We thank all of them.
Well done, King and Queen. We go into our wrap-up then, the S1 Pros. Johnny, be good, getting it done there. What a story, beating out on Smitty, Hare, Borlacher, Tunis, and Oosthuizen S2 Pros. Henry van der Sant getting it done over Nibuur, but Nibuur wrapped up his championship with that 2 spots, beating out on Devastator. Welcome back to the gate, brother. And Nordia, Mostert, and Mo down to a number 6. S3 Pros, Kubus Bester didn't look like he broke a sweat on the day. An easy win ahead of Clarky Language, Louis, Felon, and Mo. And that's it for the final round of the Farm Jams and for the 2023 running of the Farm Jam Harescramble Championship. The guys have taken us to some incredible brand new venues almost every single round. We can't wait to see what they've got in store for us in 2023. Stay tuned and keep an eye on the press as we start to launch the 2024 championship. For now, we bid you adieu. Have a great Christmas season, and we'll see you on the other side.
So there you go, guys, a brand new venue to wrap things up for Farm Jam. Thank you, Farm Jam. It has been an absolute pleasure working with you. We can't wait to see what you guys have got on the cards for 2024. For all you guys who are out there, we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you enjoyed the series as well. Now we get ourselves ready to move forward. We've got tons and tons of stuff happening at the moment. We were just out at the Dahlstrom Rally, the final round of the NRCs, and then of course we're going straight into Gxcc. So get those entries in, guys. Gxcc's. We want to end on a high. Carltonville. Yeah, normally it rains out at Carltonville, but that's cool because we haven't seen rain for a very long time. So get the entries in and we'll be out there on the line with you guys. Then after that, I'm going straight up to the Roof of Africa, where it's going to be interesting to see what the weather holds and what the track holds for us. And then straight after that, it is time to get locked and loaded for the final round, which will be the final event of the season. And that's going to be the last round of Forge Racing out there in Bronx, at the Bronx. And that's going to be on the 9th of December. So for now, we are in the closing stages. It's wide open to the finish line. Hang on tight.